What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to do a Samsung Galaxy S10e versus Galaxy S10 comparison. This is a little different. The reason I'm doing it this late is because both of these just got One UI 2.0 officially, and I installed it on both of them. So we're going to go ahead and see what the differences are in terms of the speed are now. I've done these type of videos with iPhones like iOS 13 and iOS 12 and iOS 11, but I figured I might as well do that with these specific devices as well. So I have all the apps cleared out in the background, at least I should. As you can see, I have to close these all out. I have similar apps installed on both these devices. So I have, obviously the system apps that are right here, but I also have these third-party apps as well. And again, I just want to see what the speed differences are between them. I'm going to go and turn on the brightness on this one a little bit. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's go and load up some of these similar ones. Let's do like the Galaxy Store. And to get into that little specific pop-up, it was faster on the S10e, but I'm going to rate that inconclusive. Gallery 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm getting a lot of these random pop-ups on the S10e, but whatever. Let's do the Play Store. 3, 2, 1. S10e was a little bit slower to load up that specific portion at the bottom. Scrolling through, they're both pretty glitchy, which is not a good sign. As you can see, they're both pretty glitchy every which way you look at it, but I guess the S10 was a little bit faster to load into that one. If I load into this specific thing, scroll down, okay, yeah, they're about the same, it's not a big deal. Messages, 3, 2, 1. Google Chrome, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's do the camera, 3, 2, 1. I don't know why I'm getting so many of these random pop-ups on the S10e, but that pretty much covers it for the system apps for the most part. Let's do settings, 3, 2, 1. Okay, pretty much the same. Scrolling speeds are about the same as well. Not a big difference there at all. I'm trying to see if there's any other ones. Let's do like calendar, 3, 2, 1. They're about the same. There's not a big difference at all. So that pretty much covers it up for the system apps. Let's go ahead and do these third-party apps. Let's go ahead and do Thank You, 3, 2, 1. It took me a second to find it. And the S10 was just a little bit ahead, not by much, but just a little bit. If I go into some gameplay, you'll see they're about the same, not a big difference at all. Let's do Temple Run, 3, 2, 1. And to get into that specific panel, it was a little bit faster on the S10. Let's go ahead and start up a new game, 3, 2, 1. And I mean, gameplay is going to be about the same. The loading screens are a little bit different on both, but it's whatever at the end of the day. Let's do Totem, 3, 2, 1. And you can see the S10 just a little bit ahead of the Galaxy S10e, especially, at least through the initial loading phase. These are in two different versions of the game, but they were about the same at the end of the day. But the S10 was a little bit faster. Snake versus Blocks, 3, 2, 1. And they were pretty close. I was looking at it at an angle, so I wasn't really too sure which one was faster, but they were pretty close, honestly. Getting into some gameplay, let's see if there's a difference, and I don't think there's going to be. This is a pretty basic game at the end of the day, but as you guys were able to see, they're almost the same in terms of the loading speeds. Let's do Quizlet, 3, 2, 1. Galaxy S10 just a little bit ahead of the S10e. Real Racing 3, 3, 2, 1. And to actually boot into it was a little bit faster on the S10e. I don't know if that'll have anything to do with the bigger outcome of things. The S10e does look a little bit ahead. I'm not too sure. I don't want to call it too ahead. Maybe the S10 will actually beat it. And it was very close, but I do think maybe the S10e was a little bit ahead, but that also could be due to the fact of me like tapping them, because I try to be as accurate as possible, but honestly I have to say it, like I'm not always 100%. I can be like 1 split second ahead. Maybe that has everything to do with it, so I'll probably say the S10e will win that one. Let's do Fruit Ninja, 3, 2, 1. And look at that little loading screen. Whenever you load up something on an Android device, it always looks like that for some reason, which they really need to fix, especially Samsung with One UI. One UI 2.0, I've always had that problem. Getting into the game actually was faster on the Galaxy S10 over the S10e, so that's a really important thing to note. Getting into some gameplay, I don't think we're going to see that big of a difference. It's a pretty basic game, so yeah, that pretty much covers that one. Let's do Dropbox, 3, 2, 1. Maybe the S10e was a little bit ahead, very close for both of these. Bofa, 3, 2, 1. I don't know what the heck is going on for both these devices. Oh, probably because they're touching, that's why. Okay, that one was really weird. It's Facebook, 3, 2, 1. And you can see S10 definitely faster than the S10e. Instagram, 3, 2, 1. I do think the Galaxy S10 just a little bit ahead of the S10e. Twitter, 3, 2, 1. And that one was very close. I honestly wasn't looking, so I wasn't too sure which one was faster. Let's go and do Asphalt 8, 3, 2, 1. And even booting into it, you guys are able to see the S10 just a little bit ahead of the S10e. But actually to boot into the loading screen seemed faster on the S10e, and to actually get into it was technically faster on the S10e, even though we're on two different stages of the game. It was technically faster on the S10e, which is kind of interesting. Paper out 2, 3, 2, 1. And again, S10 just a little bit faster. Getting into some gameplay. It's a very glitchy game on any phone that I play it on. So you might be able to tell over the camera which one is faster. It's kind of hard playing both games at the same time. But let me know in the comment section which one you think was faster between these. I can't even talk. Amaze, 3, 2, 1. S10 a little bit ahead. Getting to some gameplay, you can see they're about the same. It's not that intensive of a game. Aqua, Parky, whatever this one's called. 3, 2, 1. It takes me like 30 minutes to even find the game. It's so bad. And Galaxy S10 a little bit ahead. S10e shortly after. That one was pretty obvious though. Let's get into some gameplay, and they're about the same. It's not that big of a difference. Agario, 3, 2, 1. A little bit ahead on the S10e, surprisingly. Let's do Doodle Jump. 3, 2, 1. I don't really know. They were both on two different stages of the game, so let's do Asphalt 9, 3, 2, 1. I'm glitching all over the place in real life. And Galaxy S10 a little bit ahead to get into that specific loading panel. But maybe the S10e will win overall. Oh, maybe this one's already ready. What does this one say? Do we have to? I think we have to download more things, or this one maybe was already loaded. I'm not really too sure. That one was really weird. I don't know why so many games have different settings all the time that randomly pop up. Nova Lexi 3, 2, 1. Again, to even get into that Gameloft logo was faster on the S10e. Do we seriously have to download something now? Again, such weird things. I don't know why I have this experience with my Galaxy S10e and Galaxy S10 devices. It happens all the time. That trigger 3, 2, 1. And again, another random pop-up. Why do we get all these random pop-ups all the time? It makes no sense at all to me. So okay, the end of this comparison was rocky, software issues on both on One UI 2.0, not really too sure what was going on. So now that we have all those apps, same apps loaded up in the background, even though the speed comparison was a little weird, let's go and see which one is better at RAM management. Now, the Galaxy S10 does have more RAM than the S10e, so let's go and see. As you can see, that's pretty obvious. The S10e was, did restart the game, but the app, but the S10 was able to keep that app in the background, which is a good sign. Gallery, okay, Galaxy S10e did restart, which was expected, but the Galaxy S10 was able to keep that in the background, which is really, really good. Play Store, they both were able to keep that in the background, and I think the S10 was just a little bit faster when it came to actually, getting the input when I was touching the screen. Let's get into this one, whatever this one was. Again, S10e is restarting. Galaxy S10, they keep that in the background, and even from the few apps that I've tested so far, this is already a huge advancement from the iPhones that I've been comparing, the iPhone 11 Pro, the brand new iPhones, to even older iPhones. These aren't even that much older. The S10e is just a little bit less of a phone than the S10, but the same, data was released and everything. The 11 Pro, for some reason, has an issue, and the 11 as well. RAM management is not that good on those devices. The older iPhones, like the XS, cannot compete, are actually better at RAM management than the iPhone 11 Pro, which is really weird. Let's go and do like an app, for example. Let's do like Thank You. They both restarted. Let's see which one restarts first. And I think the S10e was just a little bit ahead. That was really weird. Go into Dropbox. Okay, again, S10 able to keep that. S10e restarted. Let's do one more. Let's do a bigger one. Let's do Real Racing 3. That's a safe one. Okay, there is Real Racing 3. Let me go and boot up here. 3, 2, 1. And they both restarted. I'm curious to see which one restarts into the game faster though. Maybe it'll be the S10e, who knows. And actually they're looking to be about the same. Not that much of a difference right now, but I could be wrong. And the Galaxy S10 does boot into the game a little bit faster than the Galaxy S10e, and that's a really good sign. I'm actually pretty happy about this comparison. I've never compared these two side by side the whole entire time I've owned them. I've owned the S10 since day one. I've owned the S10e for a while now too, and I honestly wasn't expecting the S10 to be this much better at RAM management than the S10e. I think my viewpoint was a little bit tainted by the 11 Pro comparisons that I've been doing, those speed tests. But what I will tell you though is that between the speed tests between both of them, I'll definitely tell you It's pretty close. There's really, I think the S10 is probably the more faster one overall, but it's very, very close. I was surprised. I was expecting the S10e to be like a little bit more behind or a little bit more laggy here and there, but that really wasn't the case. The S10e definitely held its own, so I have a lot of good things to say about that. There's a lot of companies that make the watered down version of their phone really, really bad. Samsung did a really good job at the S10e for keeping it almost up to par and sometimes even beating the Galaxy S10. The only part that is kind of a little bit wishy-washy would definitely be the RAM management. As you know, I think the S10e has 2 gigabytes less of RAM than the S10, which is, on paper kind of a lot, but it's really not, as you saw in the comparison between those. The S10e was able to keep some of those apps in the background, but it was sometimes noticeable. The first couple apps did restart on the S10e, where the Galaxy S10 was able to keep those apps in the background. So overall, what I'll tell you is, without a doubt, the Galaxy S10 definitely is the better phone for speed and RAM management for sure. And on One UI 2.0, they're both very, very good phones at the end of the day. The Galaxy S10e, without a doubt, has my seal of approval. It's still super, super awesome. It's a great phone. You can pick one of these up for like less than $400. It's a really, really good deal. So ultimately, that pretty much covers it, guys. If you have any questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.